There, that's better. Now we're not muted. That was rusty start to a delayed stream. And now why is the video not showing? It's showing now. OBS did some updates and messed up all of our settings, so I'm waiting to see if the video is going to pop up. Yeah, alright, now we're good. Welcome, fellow adventurers, nerds, and neurodivergents. Sit back, stay hydrated, and prepare yourselves for tonight's adventure. Last time we left off, this group of hired investigators by the city, Fear Day, went prancing about the city to various locations of mysterious attacks and ended up in a tavern. While in this tavern, they saw various patrons enjoying themselves, gambling, snoozing on the bar. They ordered their own food and drinks, and then kind of hung out to wait to see what would happen. Eventually, they caught the attention of a group of fire genasi warriors who were just gambling, and an owlin professor who was a little mad. They tried to keep up their disguises and went about their fact-finding information until Joachim, drunken, went over to the gamblers and decided to cause a ruckus, in which Lala snuck out of and consequently got cornered by bounty hunters that disappeared from the bar. Combat ensued, and Lala screamed. The rest of the group heard the screams and ran to her aid, eventually wiping out all the bounty hunters in the area, except for one, who was captured alive. That is where we pick up, with you guys looting and questioning. You didn't start the questioning yet, but looting, definitely. Him captured. Joachim's kind of just hiding behind crates on ground level. Let's get some...
Deedle's in a bush.
Yes, Deedle is in a bush.
Whoa, stereo. That just freaked me out.
What was stereo?
The bells. It went from left to right to left to right.
You can still hear the music in the tavern below from the rooftop that you're on. You have captured one of the bounty hunters on the roof, who is, I believe, trapped in the net and tied up, cornered by Yenor, Lala, and Kraka. Deedle is in a bush with Poppy on the ground, and Joachim is hanging out by some crates by the front of the tavern, keeping an eye out for any other dangers. I can tell you that you guys did loot the bounty hunters. That was one of the last things we did last session before we closed out. So whoever, I believe it is Yenor, who is keeping track of inventory loot. Handy haversack.
Yep, she has the magic bag.
Yeah, so she took the 2 firearms with light property, and someone kicked the sniper's rifle away, which would have the explosive rounds with it. Anyone who searched the other bodies, Kraka, I know you took some time to search a body, and Deedle, you're right next to a body. You would get 3 smoke grenades, a couple of short swords, a couple of daggers, and 1 set of hunting bolas.
Who was that for? I'm sorry?
You and Deedle, because you took down the other 2 bodies and kind of looted them as you were hiding them.
Oh, the body that I looted, I had written down what I had from it. So
I put together a little more loot from what the equipment would have been. So between you and Deedle, 2 short swords, 2 daggers, 3 smoke grenades, and 1 set of hunter's bolas. The sniper rifle is still on the roof, though it's kind of kicked away. And Yenor put the 2 firearms with the light properties, so essentially pistols, in the handy haversack.
Deedle, you can have the dagger, short sword, and the hunting bolas, since you're the sharpshooter and all.
You.
What are we doing?
I'll let.
Lala is going to squat down in this dude's face with her
Whoa!
not that with her dagger out, pointed at him. She has to squat because he's on the ground. She's just gonna look at him and be like, "Look, I know you understand me, which means you can probably talk back to me. I really don't want to have to ruin that net." She's attempting to be intimidating, so.
I mean, you can make an intimidation check.
Will do. First roll of the night, fellas.
While she does that, I'll cast Zone of Truth so he can't lie to us.
That didn't include my thing, so.
No, it
8,
didn't
9,
didn't add your thing. It's doing the thing again.
11.
11.
Plus 3.
Okay. Let me look at. So that's a 15-foot sphere. Go ahead and add a hero point. We're gonna make. Yenor, where are you centering the zone of truth? On yourself? On the guy?
On the guy.
So we're gonna just do this then. You can also, for reference, make the zone of truth just a random sphere on the map.
Bruh. Whatever.
So 13?
Yeah.
13 total?
Yeah.
So the zone of truth is centered on him, so no one within the zone can actually lie. Not just him. Everyone within the zone must tell the truth.
Fun.
Take that as you will. He is going to make a check, because you made an intimidation check.
Be afraid.
He is not.
Do
He
do
just
we
kind of
know-
smirks at you.
we know she cast it?
It's vocal and somatic, so you'd probably see me speaking and moving my hands.
Okay, I wasn't sure exactly what the preparation was for the spells, because if it was just like movement, and if you just moved your hand real quick, like you can hide that easily.
She
But
did
if you're-
the small incantation and
Gotcha.
hand movement, and then you feel this weird magical essence in the area. It's not like it's affecting you, like it's trying to take over or anything. It's just there for the time being. Lala, he just kind of snarls and smirks at you and makes eye contact with you from being tied up underneath this net and pinned to the ground. And speaks in a language you do not understand.
An animal.
Remember, this is a fish-like humanoid that you are currently face to face with.
Can I stab him in the hand?
Sure. You want to make an attack roll with advantage?
Okay.
Wait, are you trying to do damage?
I mean, yeah, some.
Okay.
Mostly pain.
Okay.
Like not life-threatening damage, but pain.
Right. Okay, I gotcha. Intimidate, like an interrogation tactic. All right.
Yes.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage.
16.
That hits.
Do I have to roll damage?
Yes.
Okay. It was not sneaky, I warned him.
You have advantage, so you still get sneak attack.
I'm not trying to kill him. I just want information.
So you did 18 points of damage. He just kind of hisses and screams in pain. He can't really pull his hand back because he's tied down and trapped, and this just weird purplish bluish blood starts leaking out of his hand.
Gross. Don't make me do that again.
I'll say you can make another intimidation check.
Okay. Taking its time. The anticipation.
For
He doesn't do
clarification for the rest of you that are in Zone of Truth, so it's everyone but Wakeem. Zone of Truth doesn't force you to answer. It just means you cannot lie when you do answer.
The 16. Did it come through? It's not coming through.
It came through as
13.
a 13 and didn't add your modifier.
And then
So
plus
16. So he's
Okay.
going to make Charisma with disadvantage. You got lucky because that one of those was a natural 20. But it's a 6 because you rolled a 20 and a 2. Okay. Okay. Yes, I can understand you.
I knew it. Why did you try to kill me?
We're trying to get all of you.
Why?
You not understand the bounty that is on your heads?
How do you know who we even are?
The Queen sent her regards.
Oh.
But I'm just a nobody.
The Queen sees more than I think anyone realizes.
Do you have a wanted poster? I would like to know how much I'm worth.
There's not individual wanted posters. It just says to capture those that have escaped. And then she injected an image into our minds. As far as the
And-
reward, a ship's worth of whatever we wanted.
And that's what the image was your reward? Or
No, the image was the bounty. She did not make wanted posters, as most governments do not approve of the pirate commune.
If the image was of the bounty, everybody could want different things. So somebody would see a ship full of soup and somebody would see a ship full of tents and camping equipment.
that is a good point.
The image was of you guys.
Was I pretty?
He just kind of
Did they-
scoffs.
Did they get my good side?
This is important, damn it. She shakes her dagger once again, just kind of threateningly.
You look like a child. I'm not going to comment on that.
That's not a no.
All right, enough with the chit chat. Where are you from?
Make my hand stop bleeding and maybe I'll be more cooperative.
Can I cast Lay on Hands on him with him being an enemy?
Kraka, step on his hand. They'll stop the blood. Or whatever that Kool-Aid is.
I've spit on his wound. Pain
you
is
can
for the weak.
cast Lay on Hands because it says you can target any creature to restore a number of HP, not an ally creature.
How much HP does he need just to stop the bleeding?
Well, first I need to know if the dagger is removed from his hand or if he just left it there. Lala.
Oh no, it was a stab where it was just in and out.
Okay. Then to stop like a hand wound, I don't know. Let's call it 3 HP.
And it doesn't say that I need to touch him with my hand, correct?
You must touch him with a part of your body. You cannot touch him with a weapon or a stick.
I'm just gonna shove my foot into his chest and lay on hands 3 HP.
Oh, my hand stopped bleeding. You know, we'll get a lot further if you don't injure me.
You didn't ask not to be injured. You asked for your hand to stop bleeding.
Would you rather be injured or like the rest of your friends?
Oh no, I very much like breathing, thank you.
Well,
Besides, there's
There-
only a bounty out for 3 of you. I don't know what she's doing here, and he looks at you.
I'm just gonna shrug.
And what's that giant bird thing? I've never seen one of those.
Don't
You're
worry
not-
about her.
you're not asking the questions here. We are. So where are you from?
The ocean.
The ocean. I'm from the ocean. And
The deep.
I've never got one of these. And I show him the pin that I collected off of the corpse of the temple.
That's because you're not one of us. You're from the sea, or a lake, or a river. You don't live with the deep things that are beneath where the light hits.
So you're from the deep blue.
He nods.
Yeah. I've never really went that deep before, so it's fair enough.
This temple, what do they have to do with the Pirate Queen?
Oh, they don't. We've just been anointed as honorary temple members. Only temple members are allowed to leave where we come from. From there, we get to choose what path we take.
How many bounty hunters were given this image?
I am unsure.
How many were there when you were? Are you only your troop, or were there others?
There were a few others. None of any prominence, though. A lot of lower level squabble.
So you fit right in.
He just kind of scoffs.
Does that mean you're an outcast?
Why don't you get your other friends up here, then we can have a real party.
Well, what's it matter? You're only looking for 3 of us, so why does it matter if all 5 of us are up here?
Because it's not you 3. I'm only looking for 2 of the 3 of you. I need to make sure they didn't kill the last one.
Let's just be clear. None of us are dead, and everybody but you are.
I'm aware. But we were
I
specifically told to bring you back alive.
Why? They were trying to kill us before we escaped. What does it matter to them?
Because pirates have this code of honor.
Wasn't much of a code when we were standing beneath the gallows.
It was. You broke the law. At least that's what they say. The entire underworld knows that there was a coup attempted against the Pirate Queen.
There was no real coup against the Pirate Queen. The Pirate Code is one for all and all for one, so everybody's out for themselves. So, of course, everybody wants to be top dog because that's all they worry about is themselves.
If there were a coup, it weren't us. We had instructions that had nothing to do with killing a queen.
And you gotta find the proof of that to clear your name, because the hunters are gonna keep coming.
Send their best.
You may want to take that back in due time.
If I'm going to be taking anything back there, it will be your corpse. Ynor, I'm done with this fool if you have anything else to deal with him.
Not if he was just looking for you guys.
No.
Yes, but if we leave him go now, your face will be included on that list.
Oh, her face is already on a list. She just wasn't my quarry this time.
At that, I'm gonna put my foot back on his chest and say, explain.
Why don't you loosen up these ropes here, and I will.
I'm going to dig the heel of my boot into his sternum and just try to intimidate him a little bit.
Make an intimidation check. With advantage.
$30-20.
Disadvantage didn't fucking matter, apparently. Because he rolled double threes. Okay. Ah, God. You guys don't know how to have a civil conversation, and you call me the urchin.
There was nothing civil about our encounter.
He points behind Lala. As you all turn around and look, you see Joaquin finally made his way up to the roof.
Lala does not look. She knows this trick.
Apologies, was that to me?
He said, where did he come from? And pointed behind Lala, which was to you, Joaquin, because you made your way up to the roof.
Yep, no, I stealthed up there.
You stealthed, but he still saw you.
He did? Oh, wow. That's impressive.
They're good at...
He saw me the whole way?
They're good at... He saw you get up to the roof. He didn't see where you came from, because he said, where did you come from?
Okay. So as he says that, Joaquin would just kind of point at himself. He's like, oh me?
Yeah, you.
I'm just here listening.
Oh, you're taking notes? Are you the scribe?
Notes are not what I take, buddy. And he kind of gives him like a flirtatious grin.
I want to talk to him. He seems more malleable.
At that, I'm going to again jam my heel into his chest.
Okay.
Oh, is that absolutely necessary yet?
Yes, it is. Now
Yeah.
tell me
Well,
what
and
list
then
my name is on.
Someone powerful wants you. I don't know who.
What details were on it?
Bring someone your head.
Bring my head where?
It's an abandoned warehouse in Zatha. That was the address on the job. No payment information. No contact information. Just an address.
Fucking drug lords.
you wouldn't mind taking us over there, would you?
Well, you're not in Zatha, so...
Oh, that's right. Sorry. No. So we have to go to.
Lala said she is moving out of the way for you, Joaquin, to step up into his place if you would like.
Well, before he steps in, does he know what kind of spell has been cast?
No.
No.
You don't know that
Can I
a
make-
spell has been cast because you weren't up here, so you weren't in line of sight of Yenor while she was casting it. You can make it like you can make an Arcana check or something. It's not going to be very high DC because it's not anything special. Yeah, I mean, you know that she cast a spell up here, some type of truth spell on the...
Some kind of truth spell?
Yeah, some type of truth spell on the creature.
Just on the creature or on the area?
Well, you sense the edge of the area.
Okay. So I'm gonna look down as I'm about to step over the area. Then I'm gonna look up at Yenor and I'm like, "You did some kind of truth whammy, didn't you?"
Well, do you want to listen to him lie through his teeth? I didn't.
It doesn't affect just him. And then he'll step inside and now this isn't like Wonder Woman's lasso of truth where like you're automatically compelled to just kind of blurt out shit or anything.
You're not compelled to blurt anything out, but when asked a question, you cannot lie. You are allowed to stay silent or abstain, but you are not allowed to lie.
Okay. So then he'll step inside, step forward.
Oh yes,
And
the nice
right
the nice
there-
one. The one that doesn't want to hit me and hurt me. I'll answer
Well-
his questions.
What do you want to know, Yen?
I want to know where he saw that poster with my face on it, and I want to know what else was on it.
He's gonna look back at you said he's like a fish dude, right?
Yeah, it's a humanoid, so this one looks mostly humanoid, but it's got like fish scales up the arms and legs, and like fins on the forearms and like on the back of the calves. You can see gills along the neck as well. The eyes and facial features are more fish-like, and the color of skin is more akin to that of the deep sea, so like blues, greens,
Okay. So he'll
silvers,
kind of
depending on the light.
Okay. Like like a little iridescent, I guess.
Yeah, like blue, green, silver, iridescence, very reflective.
Okay. So then he'll lean down. He's like, "Okay, pretty fish man. Why don't you answer what she has to say? Tell us where you got that poster, where you saw it."
It wasn't a poster. It was it was a job that came through the grapevine of, let's just say, the grapevine of information.
That's not going to do, buddy. And he'll get a little bit closer. And again, like looking at him flirtatiously, tell us the truth now. We need some details. Where did you see
Make
it? Where did you
a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
Don't give me that
Oh,
face,
that's a
Eunor. You
natural
got
20.
intimidation checks at advantage.
That's a
That oh
natural 20.
Jesus. Okay. Well,
Fishy sparkles.
yeah, he rolled an 8. Because he's rolling at disadvantage
Fishy
for all these
sparkles.
now. Just the, yeah. All right. Oh well, you ask so nicely. All right. There is the wanted posters of general criminals and other miscreants that's posted on all government boards and within the Onyx Accord, especially because of the guild. We also get that down in the criminal underworld. Sometimes we can catch quarry that actually requires catching. You know, I don't like human traffickers, for example, so I tend to go after those targets when I don't have a huge job. But then there's these types of jobs, the dirty jobs, the ones that governments can't post publicly about, the ones that asked for 3 of your friends to be brought back alive. That's why my buddy here didn't blow her head off, and he points to Lala. And apparently, a failed assassination attempt on this one. And he looks at Eunor. Someone never stopped hunting for her, but they couldn't get to her within Zatha anymore. Now they can.
Oh man. So like um Joaquin is like wide eyed right now with like all of this, and then he looks up at Ynor and he uses, so I will cast minor illusion,
Okay.
and I will minor illusion a little cup of tea in my hand, and like I'm sipping it, and I'm just gonna kind of give Ynor like a wide eyed look and just like, do tell, who's after you, Ynor?
Probably the same assholes who jumped me a few years back.
Do I know about said assholes?
Yes, you would have. I mean, you were both friends. You've been like almost childhood friends because of your families. So, yes, you would have been heavily involved in the collection of resources and spreading of information and search in the months that followed that attack until the leads went cold. So not only does this pique your interest, but it also makes something in your veins boil with rage.
Yeah. Especially when he mentioned the human traffickers, because I hate that.
Well, he goes after the human traffickers because he also doesn't like them.
Yeah. Exactly. So like, oh, those assholes. And then he'll minor illusion like an angry face.
Yes, and there's we were told to bring her head back to the address is an abandoned warehouse in Zatha.
You have to know you took the wrong job at this point, don't you?
We're gonna pick you off one by one.
You're going to traffic me back to a bunch of pirates who want me dead. You think that you're so great just because you don't like people who sell slaves. You're just as bad.
You let me live, I'll come with you. I can take you to my contacts.
How far is that?
Why should we believe you?
Because of the magic this lady gave me. And he points to Yenor.
Yeah, he can't lie right now. None of us can.
Yes, but he cannot be telling the truth about why he would bring us to his contacts. What if it's an ambush?
How could I set up an ambush?
The sky is blue.
Maybe it was already set up?
He looks up. Actually, there's clouds.
Is he still injured?
I mean, a little. He's got bruising and scratches all over him. He's not bleeding actively, thanks to Yenor's aggressive healing.
Can we trust you? Or are you gonna try something funny? Because if you do, I promise you, it won't go well for you.
I can't try anything funny right now. I'm tied up in a net, got beat to shit. My friends are dead.
I say we leave him tied up and tie him to Poppy. That way he's still alive and he still has to take us to where we go, but he can't do shit.
Well, at the bare minimum, we hold on to your weapons. You're a good shot, but we can't have that happening now.
No one's picked up the sniper rifle yet.
I'll go grab it.
Okay. You can add to your inventory or the I don't know if it'll fit in the handy haversack.
Not exceeding a volume of 2 cubic. Wait, no, it's got 2. Each side pouch can hold up to 20 pounds. The large central pouch can hold up to 8 cubic feet or 80 pounds of material.
Okay, so it'll have to go in the large pouch. Add to the handy haversack. Look for bad news. So add both the weapon and add the ammunition. Add like 7 rounds of ammunition. And that should be in there along with the 2 bounty hunter handguns. Yep. Alright. How long does Zone of Truth last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. Please, I don't want to die. I'm doing this to pay off some debts so that I can get back with my family.
I still say we can tie him to Poppy until he takes us to his contacts. And if he is lying, we'll just kill him there.
Well, good news, buddy. You're coming with us.
You see him look somewhat relieved. And then he says, "Don't you want to find out more about your companions?"
Oh, you'll tell us more on the way, I'm sure. But if you guys want to ask more questions, sure.
He's looking directly at Yenor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna raise an eyebrow down at him and say, What do you mean, buddy?
Well, that one there, and he points to Kraka. That one I've never seen before. He doesn't seem very with it.
He's a good boy.
That one, and he points to Lala. Oh, she left. That one has some dark connections that I don't even know if she knows about.
Well, we all know she's a little psycho.
Our connections to what?
Not even I know the answer to that question.
Oh, how do
Maybe
you know
figure
she
out
has
why
info?
her orphanage burned down.
Where are you getting your information
The underworld talks. And your tabaxi friend has some secrets that they're hiding.
I kind of figured that when I found out she used to work for the drug lords. So. You don't have any more information that's actually useful. And I'm gonna pull out rope from my pocket. I will gag you if I have to.
Do you know that your tabaxi friend used to reside in Zatha?
It makes sense, because that's where she used to work at the warehouse.
She did. Find out what warehouse she was, and you might figure out where your head should be delivered.
We're well aware. She told us that already.
You see him kind of scrunch his nose, his fish-like nose. Then he just kind of stops talking.
I'm gonna call Poppy up. Here.
She comes up and lands right there.
And how big of a guy is he?
Medium humanoid, so like the size of your average human.
Alright, and he's completely tied up now, right?
His hands and feet are bound, and he's like swooped up in a net.
I'm just gonna pick him up completely and just throw him over Poppy's back.
Make a strength or athletics check.
Dirty 20.
Takes you a little bit, but you're able to do it. Grapple prone, yeah. So he is on Poppy's back now. I will say Zone of Truth now is faded. Deedle, did you just hang out in a bush this whole time?
I decided to take a little nap while I was hanging out in the bush.
Okay. Alright. So what are we all doing?
I was ordering food, so I'm gonna go grab the food before we leave.
Okay. You jump off the roof and run back inside. Anyone doing anything else? Lala, just you missed the last part of the conversation because you disconnected. He told Yenor that she should find out more about who she is traveling with, and said that Kraka doesn't seem to with the times, that you have some dark connections in your past that you may not even know about, and to look into why your orphanage burned down, and that Deedle is hiding many secrets about her past work. And then Yenor said that you knew that you guys figured most of that information and threw him on the back of Poppy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, are we letting him go, or what are we doing with him now?
He's gonna take you to your contacts. Kraka is running back in to pick up food, and Deedle took a nap in the bush. So what are we?
Good.
What are we all doing? Kraka, Doesn't take long for you to get the food, maybe another 5 or 10 minutes. So the rest of you just hanging out on the roof until Crockett comes back. Gonna walk back in the tavern with this poor bound individual.
What about this whole this whole freaking situation that we're dealing with? Or Hydra, I guess. We're not gonna take off right away. We should finish this.
It's up to you all.
Yeah, question mark.
I'm gonna go poke the fish guy and ask if he knows anything about it.
Well, he doesn't have zone of truth on him anymore. So he just kind of looks at you and shrugs his shoulders.
I'm gonna pull out my sword and I'm gonna poke him with the tip just enough that it hurts a little bit. I say, are you really gonna make me waste a spell?
You know, we did need bait for this plan.
Okay, all right. Jeez.
We can be so nice as long as you just, do what you're told.
Listen, there's some powerful people that have hired me for these jobs. I don't want to cross them.
Would you rather cross us while you're tied up and my knife is on you?
It's to be determined.
When he says that, I'm gonna push it in a little bit so he starts bleeding again.
It's not a Hydra or a Kraken or a dragon that you're looking for. There have been whispers of a faraway vampire lord. Some believe it to be rumor. Others think that it exists. I only hear it as it gets down to the coast. It is rumored that this vampire lord lives in the mountain ridge that splits Valdaria and Litvaltia, all the way on the other coast, at the north end of the continent of Dralish. I'm assuming that if there's vampire activity, it is one of his spawn. Or one of his family.
What kind of vampire always pops up near water?
I say near the coast as a reference point, but he's high up on a mountain in an old abandoned something, mansion, fort, supply cache. It's from the wars of old.
You have a vague idea where this place is?
Only what the rumors say.
Which is?
There is some type of abandoned structure, like a palace or a fort, some type of fortified structure high up in the mountains, deep in the mountains, that split the two countries from each other. That's where Vampire Lord is rumored to reside. There have been no other reports of Vampire Lords in the area, or anywhere for that matter. But vampire activity has been increasing. This is not the only city that faces these types of issues. As far as where to start here looking for the thing,
I'm gonna look at Ynor. Are we gonna be dealing with this thing right now? Because I do know we were.
What was that last bit you said?
Well, I mean, again, we were asked about these blood-sucking creatures and whatnot. This all seems interconnected. So, what do you want to do?
Well, do we want to try to find some vampire spawn or figure out where this guy came from? And then I'm gonna kick.
well, it's oh god, jeez, just interrupt a guy while he's talking. The sun's still up. It's too early to go vampire hunting.
Sweetheart, we've got you tied up. We have all the time in the world. We could sit here for another 6 hours and just let you sit there.
I'd pee
Yeah,
on
you're
your
not going
griffin.
anywhere.
Now you know what she is, huh?
You're still not going anywhere, sweetie.
I can guide you to my contacts. It's gonna be better than sitting around here.
I'm gonna look at Ynor. We were tasked with helping. Do we really want to split right now?
How far away are your contacts?
There's another tavern across the way. Has a secret basement.
That wasn't what I asked. How far away is it?
Well, you would recognize that the only other nearby tavern that you were told of was the lower end tavern. Which is I hear myself in someone's. It's Joaquin. I hear myself in yours.
Do you? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. The speaker must be picking up the mic.
Out of game moment. Sorry, I had yet another phone call. We are proved we can play out.
Joaquin, it's recording. It's repeating everyone.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Lala. You should be fine to talk again now.
Oh, that was our financer who called to let us know that we have pre-approval to go house shopping now. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I know.
Listen, sometimes real life moments happen in fantasy world game time.
I'm very excited.
It is exciting. It is exciting.
Back to Fantasyland.
From what you guys recall, that tavern from this one was the closer of the two from where you were on the bridge. About 10-minute walk one way. The other tavern, if you stick to the main road, would probably take you 15 minutes. You could have this guy navigate you through the back alleys, and it would probably take you 8 minutes, 7 minutes.
With my navigational skills as an urchin, I can help too.
You could also have Lala navigate you through the back alleys of the city. Probably add a couple minutes, 10 minutes versus 7 or 8 minutes.
As I say, it says like, I can't remember offhand. It was like twice the travel speed is normal. So
Let's see. I can look at it here real quick. Yeah, twice as fast. However, I will adjust that to be cities that you are familiar with. Doesn't make sense that you'd be able to do that in a city you're not familiar with. So instead of being twice as fast, it's going to be faster, but not exactly twice as fast. So from 15 minutes to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But
I say,
in
I
somewhere
agree, but it's
you're
really like
familiar with, or somewhere that you've spent at least a day or two in, like freely exploring, I would give you twice as fast.
yeah.
Because
It's
then you'd be
absolute
familiar.
madness to be like that. Like,
You enter a
'cause
city and then you
just
can move twice as fast.
just because you've lived in like Philadelphia doesn't mean you can navigate New York the same way. They're completely different systems.
But I will grant you faster speed if you navigate through the alleys as well.
Well, it's up to the team.
Going main roads, or are we going alleys?
Probably take the alley. It's faster.
Well, Keem, if you talked, I did not hear you.
I'm gonna say alleys too.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Yep. Alleys.
All right. Someone has to wake up Deedle because she's sleeping in a bush.
I hear everybody rustling around, so I'm just gonna kind of open one eye because I'm always on task of paying attention to what's around me.
I was gonna mage hand like a flick on one of her ears.
Okay.
But if she heard everything, then it doesn't matter.
Well, she woke up and saw a mage hand and jumped out of the way before it flicked her ear. Because she has feline reflexes.
Rat. Yep.
You all begin making your way to the other tavern. Now, Lala, you are leading, so I'm going to need you to make a survival check.
On it. $14? 14.
Okay. It takes you a little bit to get your bearings, but once you do, you're able to figure out the way the alleys are laid out and navigate relatively easily. And then you come across an area filled with various street vendors selling trinkets, odds and ends. Some are food vendors, like street food. There are quite a few people in this area. It is a crowded street vendor market.
I'm gonna keep my head low, knowing that there's a bounty out on my head.
There! It's in the tavern. It's right across the way there. And he's pointing to this building. Here. But it's in the basement. You gotta get in the basement.
Is there a back way in the building?
Yes, but there's usually not this many people here when I'm going in and out of the basement. If you're good at sneaking around, maybe you can get in undetected, but usually at this time of day there's more guards because of all the people.
So make a distraction while you guys sneak in the basement.
Who wants to be the distraction?
You see some kids start looking over and pointing at you guys, and you're not quite sure who they're pointing to until you hear one of them, "Oh, look at the big birdie, Mommy! Look at the big birdie! Can I go pet the birdie? I want to go pet the birdie!" See all these kids start running over to Poppy.
Oh no.
Are we allowed to pet the birdie?
I'll cast Speak with Animals on Poppy so that Poppy can talk to the kids.
Mom!
Be nice to the babies.
Back!
He's heavy, ain't he?
Yeah!
I'll grab him by the back of his shirt and haul him up, but still hold on to him.
I mean, he's wrapped in a net still, so yeah. Okay. Ah! Thanks, Mom!
Play nice with the babies.
Children! And so, they're all just mouths dropped, just staring at this talking, four-legged bird thing. Mommy, it talks! Daddy, look, it talks! Oh, you talk! Food!
I'm gonna nudge the fish man and say, is that a good enough distraction now?
Food! See some of the parents start going over to some of the vendors with their kids, just buying some food to bring over to Poppy and let their children feed Poppy. Now Poppy's here. A bunch of guards come over just to see what the commotion's about. They all just kind of stand around. They're not really, hands aren't really preparing for battle. They're just making sure the crowd stays calm and that this giant beast in the city street of crowded innocence doesn't go on a rampage. She's just sitting down and doing tricks and flying up and doing loops and then coming down and getting free food from people. No one's watching what you guys are doing now.
Alright, I'm gonna start pushing him towards the tavern.
Alright. My contacts aren't going to talk to me if I'm tied up, though.
I'm going to take a dagger out of my backpack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cut him free, but I'm gonna hold on to the back of his shirt with my knife up against his spine. And I'm gonna say, hey, you're not tied up anymore. Let's go.
Okay. He begins leading you all over to the building very slowly through the crowd so that you're not drawing attention to yourselves away from Poppy, who's having the time of her life right now. Like she's having a blast. You get to the side of the building. Oh. That's fine. They do that sometimes. Yeah. I don't know why they flicker and do that, but they do. Come on. Come back.
Tiny technical difficulty. The screens went down.
Yeah, I know. You're not happy. The stream also isn't happy. It's fine. They're just looking at an empty desktop. Yeah, I know there's a cable not connected. I'm trying to reconnect it. Let's see. Is that better? Are we happy now? Now they're both up there. Alright, we're back now. He takes you over to the side of the building, and there's just this hooded, shady figure leaning against the wall on the side of the building, against what looks like a passageway door. What do you do?
I'm gonna put my face close to Fishman's and say, now what? How do we get in? Quietly.
We have to convince him that we belong here.
That should be easy because you say that you go here all the time.
I do, but I usually only come back once I have my quarry. I don't have a quarry this time.
Do do I notice any like engravings or anything of thieves' cant around that area of the passageway?
You can make either a perception or investigation check.
$17.
There are some small inscriptions around, like, the top of the door. You'd have to be closer to be able to make them out. Find this guy's name now. You not have it.
I walk closer towards the door.
Ah! What secrets do you seek? The hooded figure is speaking to you, Kraka.
I seek my contact.
He reaches into his pocket, or reaches to his side like he's about to draw a weapon. Oh, wait. Remember me? Ovac? I took a job from here, from the big guy downstairs. See the hooded figure relax. What secrets do you seek? Only the ones that open the mind in the darkness. Thieves' cant glyphs glow around the door, and the hooded figure steps aside. You may all enter. Ovac, for your sake, I hope you have an explanation for not bringing some friends here. Oh, they're new colleagues.
I was just told to follow the symbols.
All right, go on in, Ovac. You all walk down some stone stairs into a hallway. And there's a door at the end of the hallway that's open, and it's a T intersection hallway.
Are there any more glyphs or writing?
You can make a perception or investigation check.
I'm gonna inspiration that.
Go ahead. Oh, that was a natural one. There's a door at either end of this T hallway. It's a 9.
Yeah, that is not freaking good.
I'll say, Kraka, using your previous check, you do see glyphs inscribed along the way.
What do they entail? Like, do they point to the direction, or are they saying to like watch out for traps?
Nothing specifically about traps. They just seem to be repeating this. Open your mind and follow the darkness.
So which way is darker?
They're both equally dark. There just seem to be a few torches on the walls, keeping it nice and lit down here.
Hmm. I just let the rest of the group know that I continue to see those, the engravings as the door throughout the hallway.
Why are you doing it again? My screens didn't like that. Okay. So Kraka informed you all that he continues seeing the same messages in Thieves' Cant all along the walls of the hallway.
What does the Thieves' Cant say?
That's what it says.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, the Thieves' Cant says, what did I say? Open your mind and follow the darkness.
Follow the darkness.
You see Ovak's just kind of looking around.
I kind of look at him like, well, which way?
He just shrugs his shoulders.
Well, you said you were leading us to your contact, so you did now all of a sudden you don't know which way to go.
Am I still holding on to him?
Yeah.
Just gonna dig the knife in his back a little bit and say, "Answer the man."
Blow out the torches.
I walk over and blow all the torches.
So, as darkness descends, and you're left in nothingness for a moment, you hear the creaking and clanging and banging.
You said darkness descends, we can't see anything?
And then it comes back.
I was about to say, because I have whatchamacallit, devil sight, so I can see normally in darkness, both regular and magical.
Yes. This was more so the torches were put out. This door opens and reveals like a sleeping chamber of some sort. And this door opens. Revealing a workroom of some sort. We're supposed to go into that workroom there. Well?
I'm gonna start pushing him into the workroom with my knife right up into his spine.
Walk it alongside.
Right behind him.
Alright. Stop being so stabby.
Start doing what you're told and I wouldn't have to.
As you walk into this room. Well, hi there, mate. I see you brought some friends back. Looks like your quarry. I guess you failed.
I'm gonna gesture at the fish guy with my knife just in front of him now. Is this one of your friends?
Before any of you can blink, 2 pistol shots right through his eye sockets.
Oh, thank God, he was getting heavy.
Pistol's now trained on you. And Kraka, since you're the front too.
Did I hear where I can't see him, but I heard where the pistols come from?
You can't see him. You should be able to.
Oh no, I mean like I'm just outside of the room. Based on the positioning, because I'm behind Lala.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fair. You can see the bunny ears. The rabbit ears.
And okay, so then I'm gonna motion a little bit past Lala. Move over, Tiny Tots. And he'll kind of peek around the corner. And if I peek around the corner, what exactly do I see?
Which corner are you peeking around? That corner? Oh, there's just this giant armored construct standing in the corner.
And okay. And what do I see over here? What does that do?
Well, it's 4.5 foot tall, depending on if his ears are lopped over or not. Fur-covered humanoid that looks very much like a rabbit or a hare, dual-wielding pistols.
Okay.
Pretty strong fish pistols because the fish humanoid's head doesn't exist anymore.
Holy shit.
You are
okay,
stuck.
can I... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I remember you. You were stalking us on the ship. You put that tracking device on us.
You guys have proven more useful than I thought.
I'm going to bow a little bit and say, it's nice to finally meet your acquaintance, Jackson. We spoke to Ren outside.
Yes. Apologize for my rudeness. I do not like outsiders.
I personally don't like guns trained on me.
I have been hired as one of Ren's advisors for the time being.
And she let us in, so how about you pointed at the ground?
She let you in, but I convinced her to let me test you.
Can you please point it at the ground? And she's just gonna glance from his hands to his face.
What the hell are you two talking about?
Has yet to be seen. Why didn't you kill this bounty hunter when you caught him?
We wanted to find out where he was from.
Did you have any information? Did you get any information on how to stop this crisis that I can't even stop?
Sounds like vampire spawn.
Wait. Vampire spawn?
Both his pistols are holstered. And he hops over. He calls his thing over and he hops over onto its shoulders. There, now I can talk to you eye to eye. We knew of the attempted coup in the Pirate Isles. We had some suspicions about it being this random ship that came off of a weird heading that's not near any trade routes. Unfortunately, there was nothing for us to prove it. Until we saw bounty hunters start requesting access to the city. I happened to hire some of my own. Thankfully, you guys prevailed. I'm assuming you are looking for more than just access to some prisoners for the completion of this job that we have hired you for.
I don't remember being hired by you for a damn thing. Now, what is going on here?
Well,
He's friends with the lady that let us in the city.
And also this fish who tried to kill me and left us here?
he was just a nobody. I put a job out. Said they'd be paid well if they completed it. Paid well
Wait.
in whatever ship that they could fill. Used some magic borrowed from Lady Wren to make them think it came from the Pirate Queen. Make it more believable from his story. Lady Wren seemed to oppose my plan, but approved it otherwise. She has her hands full dealing with the miscreants of this city. I needed to make sure that you all were not going to become part of them. Seems, in fact, that you've cleaned up some of the miscreants, actually. There are two versions of what is happening in every city. There's the underworld, and there's the politics. You already dealt with the politics. Very well, I might add. And now, you have also dealt with the underworld.
Does that mean that we can get what we want and then leave?
There is a vampire-like creature attacking the city. However, he didn't have the information you need to hunt this vampire creature down. He was.
And let me guess, you do?
I can give you the location of the Vampire Lord. We take out the creature, he just sends another vampire. The Vampire Lord just sends another one. So for the time being, we're monitoring it, making sure it doesn't get too brazen, protecting those that we can.
So if we kill the Vampire Lord, then can we have what we need and leave?
Oh. Well, you don't have to kill the Vampire Lord to get access to some prisoners. You've proven your loyalty already.
Will we get money if we kill the Vampire Lord?
Oh, that's a different conversation. Entirely. But there's an improved bounty from multiple nations on this Vampire Lord.
And how far away is he?
Very good question. I do not know how far away he is. As you know, he is on the other continent. I'm assuming that you were told that much.
Yep.
And from our intelligence, he is from your home continent? I believe I got that right. I believe my geography is correct. Zatha is on Drylish? Scratches his head for a second. Yes, yes. It is. So, if you fly straight from where we are to straight where it is, there is probably more than 2,500 miles away.
How far is it from Zatha?
Well, from Zatha is about just over 2,200 or 2,100 miles away. However, you can't go straight from here to where it is. The Faldarians don't play nice with others. Can't really go straight from Zatha either. You have to gain passage through one of the forts of Ishania. Once in Faldaria, you'll be able to get to it. You could also go through Litvaltia, but you're traveling with a Genasi. Litvaltia doesn't take kindly to those of elemental-born stature. Passage through Litvaltia is easier, unless you are of elemental-born.
I don't take kindly to people who don't take kindly to me.
Oh, I am very well aware of that.
What you know about?
We've been monitoring you since you've entered the city.
Gross.
There have
Stop
been
it.
spies in the shadows.
They're stalkers.
The trick with the kids and Poppy out front was clever.
I'm gonna look at him and ask, what do you know about Zara Yorn?
Unfortunately, we didn't get to do much work together. We only had one mission. She was scary. She was scary.
Yeah, I've got that. She say where she's going?
Well, we landed in Ishania, and Lady Wren, who you've met, along with our wizard friend Bavin, who I believe you also met. He was standing with me. Took to the stage and put on a public speech about saving the twins. I kind of stood in the background monitoring the crowd, as there were a lot more people than security anticipated, so I just had my rifle trained on. any no-good doers. Zara kind of just disappeared once we landed. Intelligence suggests that she retired to an island within the kingdom of Ishania.
Would you have a name for the island?
Well,
Or which island?
I don't think she'd be within the Pirate Isles. There'd be too much chaos. Even though the island of Nazalukizi is Ishanian controlled, it's still rather tumultuous due to the pirate activity. Now, she probably went to Curag, smaller island between Miteford and Dustaliver. That's Khurag. And she's most likely not in the city of Curag. She's probably retired to some cottage. She said as much, actually, when we talked about what we were going to do with the money. Retire to some island cottage on the beach.
Do you have a map in this room?
I can't give you a map, but I can show you a map.
I would like to see a map, please.
He pulls up a map.
How far is it between Cureg Island and Zatha?
Thankfully, you would be able to travel right from here to Curag, as we are friendly with the Ishanians. Unfortunately, you cannot travel right from here to up to Faldaria. From Zatha to Curag, it's about 600 miles.
And where are we at on the map?
Over here. So you're over here. It's about 1,300 miles. Probably a little more because you'd stick to the sea travel route. You'd stick to the route, but you wouldn't have to you could just pass through the ports. You wouldn't have to stop at the ports. To enter the neutral territories, you have to check in at a port and then go to the neutral territory. Politics. But you can go, messages can be sent between politicians saying that there are visitors being expected.
Just gonna make a note of that and then step back.
As far as talking to the prisoners, I can bring you back to the prison itself. It's actually underneath the council chambers, where you talk to Uzuma and what's his face. Yep. Let me find their names because I forget which two you talk to. It is not hard on.
It's definitely hard on.
Envoy Everett Kuvam and Executor Quithrina Pardon.
Hard on.
I'm sorry, what was that second one?
Executor Quithrina Pardon.
Oh my god. If I was a
Executor hard-on.
13-year-old child, yeah, if I was it could be even worse. Because,
Queefrina.
the first, yep.
It's a Queefrina hard on.
Queefrina hard-on.
Who
Because
says we're
why not?
18-year-old boys?
The DM's making a face right now.
Listen,
You
the random
I'm
name
sorry,
generator.
this
Eventually
one
you
kinda
run out.
screws you.
Eventually you run out of names.
Yep. And you get the bare end there.
Especially when you're building multiple cities.
Somebody had to be twisted hard on. Oh, lovely.
Rashim and
I'm
I
sorry.
can take you back through the city. We'll take you to the prison where you can interrogate our prisoners.
I don't suppose there was a reward for taking out these guys for you, is there?
Make a persuasion check.
$26?
I mean, I can give you what I was going to pay them.
Listen, I'll take any money.
Well, the payment was what he told you, just not from whom he told you, because he didn't know. A ship's full worth of whatever good or service you require.
I don't suppose I could tell you I require a ship full of gold.
Might not be able to do gold, but we could do treasures. We have plenty of confiscated treasures.
I'll take treasure.
Do you want a new ship, or do you want us to just load up the one that we've had under watch?
Let's not piss off Wakim's daddy. Just load up the one we've got.
By the way, very good at finding my tracker that I put on that ship. Unfortunately, you didn't find the second one. And he kind of smirks at you, Kraka.
Lala glares.
You put 2 on the bottom of our ship.
Oh, the second one wasn't on the bottom. That's just where you heard the thunk. Rashim here has some good arm cannons for darts. And you kind of see him lower his wrist and 2 little dart launchers extend out. You might hear a thunk from a rifle, but you won't hear it from a dart.
Very nice. Touché.
But you guys did well finding one. Wakim, was it? Are you the captain of the ship in which she was referring to?
It is my vessel, and he kind of, does a little, like almost like a Superman, like the Captain Morgan pose.
Yeah. Do we have your permission to load it up with your payment?
Certainly. You can put that in the captain's quarters.
Well, it is payment for all of you, so it's just gonna go below deck. I wouldn't want to invade personal space, so I'm just gonna throw it in the general cargo area. It will be under watch and guard until you get back to your ship. But for now, I will lead you all over to the prison.
Thank you.
Ah, yes. We wouldn't want the stalker to invade our privacy.
Can I insight check her?
Lala?
I don't think anything's going to amount to it. I'm just trying. Nope.
What are you insight checking for?
I guess I'm trying to see if she's kind of like subtly giving away something that she did, or like her being sneaky in some way. No? Okay, yeah.
Before we leave, as this room is protected from those that would eavesdrop, the information he gave you guys about being hunted was not false. The three of you, and he looks at Kraka, Deedle, and Lala, have bounties on your heads. And you, and he looks at you, Ynor, you have a hit out on you.
From who?
Unfortunately, every intelligence officer that gets close to finding that information out gets sent back in a box.
I'm assuming it's our friends in a specific trade.
We're not sure. The last one was sent to Ishanya, and he came back in a very tiny box.
Maybe you're just not sending good enough people.
Maybe.
Maybe you should stop sending very tiny people.
They're not tiny. Some of them were bigger than Rashim here.
Oh.
No, are they sending back just pieces? How are they sending them back?
Like they took their body, put it in a blender, and then shrunk it down into an extra dimensional space within this box.
Stop
They can't
sending people
do
that's still
anything.
malleable.
They can't do anything to us politically because we are a government.
As if governments aren't corrupt enough already.
I would have to agree with you on that one, as I'm not a government person. I prefer working down here in these chambers. I will relay to our... That's not... Where's... I have too many tabs open. I will relay this information to Praetor Fanis Oldenfield. She's our head of espionage. She has yet to check in, though. It's been a while. Let's go to the prison. Unless anyone has anything else they'd like to talk about in this dark, damp room. Anyone else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Then he is going to lead you out of this basement and begin walking you back towards the main council building. It's about a 10-minute walk from where you guys are at now, so if you're keeping your eye out or doing anything in particular while you're walking, you can just say so.
Yep, keeping a head on a swivel.
The novelty of Poppy has worn off as you walk, and she's just kind of laying down in the middle of the street. She sees you. Mom!
No one loves her anymore.
Mom!
Well, come on then.
Almost tramples a couple people. Zoomed in. All right. You head back to the council building. Jackson speaks to some of the guards. They take you down this path underneath the council building, and you see just rows of prison cells. The pirate prisoners we captured are in the last cell on the right. They wouldn't give us their names or anything. Just a couple of humans.
In what condition do they need to be?
Torture is not sanctioned.
What do you define as torture?
They must be intact mentally and physically with no scrapes or scratches that were not done by their own doing.
So punching
I heal
themselves
them up.
with their own fist is out?
What if we heal them afterwards? And left no proof?
He just turns, motions to the guards to follow him outside, and he just walks outside. Closes the door.
We have a why are you hitting yourself situation here, guys.
Hello, is someone there? You bring me some water? It's been so long.
No torture, but they don't give their prisoners any water? Is there any
I
water
get
around?
fed once a day.
Once a day isn't enough. Is there like a tap or anything around? A well, something?
There's like a small leaky tap that's attached to a rusty pipe. Like in the middle of the hallway.
Is there a way to turn it on to make more water? Or is it just kind of like leave a cup under and drip forever?
Oh no, there's a knob that you can turn on and off.
Lala will get some water into a cup or something.
Okay. You gather your water.
Where are you?
Oh, down here. It's the last cell on the left down the hallway. There's about 5 cells on each side. Maybe 15 feet in front of you. 20 feet in front of you.
She'll go down.
Okay. You see 2 rather raggedy looking humans.
Are these like old timey cells where it's just a bunch of rock walls and iron bars?
Yes.
She'll put the cup on the floor and use her dagger to like kind of push it over towards the bars, but not get too close.
One scrambles to it and takes it and slurps it up. Half of it kind of goes all over him. And the other prisoner who's just kind of laying on the ground in a not so good state. Please, are you here to get us out of here?
We're actually here to ask some questions.
We've been
You know,
wrongly accused.
She calls Theodore over.
I'll walk up.
We're not pirates.
Yeah, man, me neither.
No, we were smuggled in by pirates to escape the chaos.
The
What else
chaos.
were the pirates smuggling?
Everything. Arms. Drugs. People.
Yeah.
Hear anything about Sniffle Shade?
It's the only drug that matters on the black market now.
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth again.
Okay. You have the spell slot available to do so. Okay. So you cast Zone of Truth in this area. All of you feel the Zone of Truth. Deedle, something's coming through your mic. I think it's me.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at them directly and say, "Are you pirates?"
No. We were smuggled in by pirates, but we are not pirates.
Where did they pick you up at?
Our ship had some problems in the middle of the ocean along a trade route. We were offered safe passage in exchange for some of our cargo.
That cargo was?
We were just transporting goods, fish, herbs, spices, things to sell at the market.
Do these pirates have a name?
Yeah, there were two of them. I wasn't sure who was the captain, but two ships pulled aside us. One of them was this real small, I don't even know. I was probably delusional frog-like fellow. And the other one looked like a mythical creature, but my friend here, before he passed out, said it was a Yuan Ti.
I know her. She's no myth.
They weren't sailing under the pirate flag, so we were confused. And they seemed to be in a hurry to move what they had, but they took half of what we had in exchange for passage.
How'd you get caught?
Yes, we're just too trusting. We told the truth when asked how we got to the city. Guards arrested us at the gate.
What were you so desperate to get away from?
The increase of pirate activity around the islands. We were dropping off a shipment there when there was commotion and explosions. We sailed as fast as we could, but we pushed it too far.
So you paid pirates to get you away from pirates.
They weren't sailing under the same pirate flag. We didn't know.
If somebody charges you half of what you have to move you from place to place, that's a pirate, mate.
Please, we just want to be free.
Yeah. Well,
I'll talk to somebody for you.
I can tell you what we overheard while we were trapped below deck.
Then do so.
They were having an argument over who's in charge. I don't think they figured out who's in charge of whatever operation they're a part of. Someone powerful wanted the Pirate Queen gone. It wasn't just a coup. They said they had to go talk to him. They kept just referring to him as him. But they had to go talk to him. They had to meet up with him to find out the next steps. Apparently their communications got busted the night that whatever happened. It sounded like he was pretty far away, though. But they had to stop here to resupply and drop off cargo.
Yeah, that cargo was you.
Some of the creatures that they were transporting, they didn't look right.
No. Poppy usually doesn't care about his cargo. He just cares about the pay.
No, I mean they didn't look right.
Explain.
They looked vicious, monstrous almost. And they kept feeding them the drug, the sniffle shade. And when they would, the creatures would get more powerful and just start lashing out at everything. And there was this one strange guy. And then there's this strange guy. He looked like a normal human. But he stayed in the shadows and his eyes glowed red. I didn't much like him. He vanished once we hit port. They picked up a couple other things from port. Looked like there were some people in cages that they were bringing onto the ship, and then they left. Something big is happening. And now we're stuck down here. Became a part of all this just because we needed some safe passage. If you could get us out, that'd be wonderful. I have to go make sure the rest of my family's okay. They arrived before us, so hopefully they were able to get in.
Is that all you've got to tell us?
Bits and pieces that I can remember.
When was the last time you guys ate anything?
It's been... I don't know. I can't tell the days because there's no sunlight down here.
I'm gonna hand him a 1-day pack of rations and tell him that I'm gonna go talk to somebody upstairs for him.
Oh, thank you. He kind of opens it and splits the rations up and kind of shakes his friend. He kind of just grunts. Slowly starts feeding him some of the rations before he himself eats. Thank you. And thank you for the water. I don't know your names. I don't need to. But you can come find me if you get me out of here. And my family and I will do what we can.
What's your name?
You know what? Should have had a name before I said that he could give you your names. I do not have a name. Let's see.
Mysterious prisoner number 3.
What to call him. I do. I have an idea. Just say the name Bright Mail.
Bright Mail?
BRIGHTMAIL. You may or may not have heard of one of our more successful family members. And/or Bright Mail in the Onyx Accord. You would at least recognize the name.
Who is he related to in the Onyx Accord?
And/or Bright Mail. ANDOR. While you as a group currently would not recognize that name. Your Wraiths group dealt directly with and/or Bright Mail on the airship back from rescuing the twins.
Yep.
You all would recognize the name as one of the prominent leaders of the Onyx Accord. At least the last time you heard of his name, he was. Just give the name Bright Mail. We're probably gonna try to make it over to the neutral territories from here. Try to find Andor, see if he can help us. But thank you. Appreciate your kindness. Is there anything else you guys would like to do? Down here, at least.
I'll refill the cup before I go, but that's about it.
Okay.
Eonor's just gonna stomp up looking for Jackson.
You stomp and swing the door outside, and the guards kind of take a step back and reactively grab their weapons before they're at ease. Oh, did you get what you need? Yes.
You're a dumb fucking rabbit.
I was just following orders.
Do none of you know how to investigate anything? They're not even pirates!
I'm not an investigator.
You put them in there, it's your job to make sure that they belong in there.
I didn't put them in there. I was just tasked with keeping them there.
That makes you worse.
You'd have to talk to... Executor Pardon.
Where's the boner bitch?
Joaquin just kind of uses manipulation to create an image of the words "You're a bad bunny" in front of Jackson.
You're a what?
A bad bunny.
You're a bad... Okay. He just kind of gives you a stink eye and hops up onto Grisham.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to remember that one next time. Boner bitch. You see someone come out of the shadows. It's been a while. I haven't made the acquaintance to someone who's been accessing my prison. At least, I'm the intelligence officer of the prison.
Who's speaking?
Nope, sorry. Praetor Fannis Oldenfield. One of the counselors that you have not met because they were off on a mission. And the head of espionage. What did, I'm gonna say colleague. What did my colleague here mess up?
You know those two men that you have down there, starving and dehydrated, are not even pirates?
Well, I do not. I've been busy trying to find our vampire friend.
Then you need to make sure that who you put in charge is smarter than the average toenail.
Unfortunately, I'm not in charge of who I put in charge. That would be... Well, the chief is gone, so that falls to Sub-Chief Dreary Dayak, who you've also probably had the pleasure of meeting. She was one of the two counselors when you guys first arrived to the council building. However, it is under my purview to also release prisoners, if you can give me the information that they gave you.
Some frog dude and a Yuan T are feeding animals sniffle shade.
They didn't say animals.
Creatures.
Can also be humanoids. Could be some mutated abomination combination of the two. Okay. Was there any other information that they give that would warrant me releasing them?
He's a bright male.
See him
As in Andor, bright male?
Ah, that old sack. He's not with the Onyx Accord anymore. He's retired in a bar somewhere after his wife got slain on a mission.
Have you no respect for our leaders?
Not my leader. Unfortunately, the Onyx Accord decided to go off on their own and therefore doesn't have the protection that the great nations can provide. It's a bit of arrogance with this one.
You can't even protect your own goddamn city.
You'd have to take that up with the chief. She took half our forces down to the capital.
Release them.
Snaps fingers. Shh. All the gates unlock and you see a couple of not prison guards, but shadow spies walk down and carry the prisoners up. Take them to the nearest medical facility to make sure that they're brought back up to health. And give them our sincerest apologies.
She's just gonna cross her arms over her chest and glare at him.
Her? Glare her?
Yes.
Okay. I've dealt with scarier entities than your crossed-armed glare.
How tall is she?
I'd say probably about on the cusp of 6 feet, like 5'11". Like 5'10", 5'11". Also, like, darkness seems to just... She seems to merge with darkness, as she's only standing half out of the shadow.
Try to help help Yen intimidate her.
I mean, you can. She doesn't seem really affected by intimidation
No.
currently.
Would I know who her boss is?
Yeah, the sub chief. She just told you. Who then
Okay.
reports to the chief, who is away on business. Though technically, Lady Wren is in charge of the city currently, concurrently with the sub chief. You could go to the sub chief, or you could go to Lady Wren, and then there's a pissing contest. That we'll have to wait until next session, though, because I was told that Joaquim has another session tonight, even though his DM was sick earlier this week. So we're going to have to cut this one a little short, but that is fine because it is only a few days until our next session anyway. We will be having our next session on schedule for Do or Die. It will be on schedule. Everybody
There you go.
tuning in, have a fantastic holiday if you celebrate Easter, and if not, have a fantastic weekend. We will see you all next week.
Bye.
Night, everybody.
Have a good holiday.